Thank you. As the country mourns the victims of this Sunday's massacre at the nightclub in Orlando, the Muslim community is sending a strong message. The man responsible for the worst mass shooting in U.S. history does not represent them. And joining us this morning is Ahmed, Rehab, the executive director of the Chicago chapter of the Council on American-Islamic Relations. Muslim leaders around the country obviously coming forward, condemning what happened over the weekend. Thank you for being here very much. And I guess my first question to you is, what do you say to people out there, and there are plenty of them, who believe still that ISIS ideology mirrors somehow mainstream Islam?
Well, of course it doesn't. ISIS is a radical fringe group that does not by any stretch of the imagination represent the normative mainstream understanding of Islam. It's condemned wholly by Muslims around the world. It's fought by Muslims who give their lives and limbs on the forefront of the lines of the war on ISIS, more than any other religious community or any other national community in the world. But more importantly, with this most recent attack, the Muslim community has come out in full force, and I've been very heartened to see the reactions flooding social media, the statements by civil groups like CAIR-Chicago, religious groups like CAIR and the mosques to stand in solidarity with the right of the LGBT community to safety, to security, to life, and to prosperity. Because in our shared republic, we're only safe when we're all safe, and civil rights is for everybody, not just for one group.
What do you make of, I know that this has become a political issue in the race for president, and Donald Trump has pressed people in the race to say the words radical Islam. Is that a phrase that needs to be used when we're discussing this event?
It's politicking. It's not an accurate term because Islam itself isn't the issue. It's political ideology that is cloaked in religion. But the reason Trump and others are coming out now is to exploit a tragedy for their own personal and political gain. And I think it's quite disgusting. Not only does it put the Muslim community in harm's way because it generalizes an individual action to an entire community that has nothing to do with it, but moreover, it's offensive to the LGBT community because it takes away attention from the violent homophobic motive of this crime and prepackages it into the script that many in the media and in politics love to talk about, and that is, it's a simple little neat package of ISIS. Well, this individual was not just radicalized. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. He was conflicted, he was troubled, he was a violent wife beater, he frequented the club and tried to pick up men there, according to most recent reports. Maybe he was conflicted about his sexuality. His wife suggested his bipolar. None of these things alone causes someone to kill 50 people. A bipolar person will not just go out and kill 50 people. But a confluence of things came together, and this person made an individual decision to snap and commit this evil, heinous crime against the LGBT community and against America and the world, as far as I'm concerned.
Ahmed, you had a chance yesterday to meet with local LGBT leaders. Tell us what you discussed and what came out of that get-together.
We came together in our office, and we were very open and honest with each other. We shared our emotions. We stood in solidarity with one another. The message is very clear. We will not be baited. We will not allow those charlatans in politics like Donald Trump to try to drive a wedge between our communities, exploiting our common tragedy. We will not allow, they will not allow Islamophobia to be excused at the moment because an individual who claims to be Muslim committed this crime. The Muslim community had nothing to do with it and condemns it squarely. And we made it very clear that as Muslims, conservative, liberal, religious, or non, as Muslims, all of us, we're going to stand in solidarity to say, absolutely, the LGBT community is entitled, has every right to life, to safety, to prosperity, and we will stand up for that right.
All right. Ahmed, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.